and welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Science, Part 4, from the Mother. In all ages, there have been isolated individuals or small groups on earth who were the guardians of a very ancient tradition, corroborated by their own experiences, and who practiced this type of science. They sought out especially gifted individuals and gave them the necessary training. Usually, these groups lived more or less in secret or in hiding, because ordinary men are very intolerant of this kind of capacity and activity, which is beyond them and frightens them. But there have been great periods in human history when recognized schools of initiation were established and were highly esteemed and respected, as in ancient Egypt, ancient Chaldea, ancient India, and even to some extent in Greece and Rome. Even in Europe, in the Middle Ages, there were institutions that taught occult science, but they had to conceal themselves very carefully, for they were pursued and persecuted by the official Christian religion. And if by chance it was discovered that a man or a woman practiced this occult science, they were burnt alive at the stake as sorcerers. Now this knowledge is almost lost. Very few people possess it. But with the knowledge, the intolerance has gone too. In our times, it is true, most educated people prefer to deny the existence of this science, or to dub it imagination, or even fraud, in order to hide from themselves their own ignorance and the uneasiness they would feel if they had to recognize the reality of a power over which they have no control. And even among those who do not deny it, most of them are not very fond of these things. They are disturbed and troubled by them. However, they are obliged to admit that it is not a crime. And people who practice occultism are no longer burnt at the stake or thrown into prison. Since it is no longer necessary to hide, many people claim to have the knowledge, but very few of them really know anything. Some unscrupulous and ambitious people take advantage of the mystery which formerly used to shroud occult science and use it as a means of mystification and deceit. But it is not by these people that we should judge the knowledge which they wrongly claim to possess. In every domain of human activity, there are charlatans and impostors. But we should not allow their tricks to throw discredit upon a true science which they falsely claim to possess.